Hi guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. In this video, I'm going to be organizing my bookshelf behind me here and also my book cart, which you can't see. But I don't know if you noticed, there's a lot of books just kind of sitting around because I've gained a lot of books recently and I need a place to put them and I don't have a place to put them. So we're gonna be organizing this. I'm gonna give you like a tour of it. I have an idea of what I want to do, but I'm gonna show you what it currently looks like and then I'll show you obviously like the whole process of me organizing it and then what it looks like at the end. So let's just get right into it. So right now, this is what it looks like. I have 9 cubes out of this 12 cube organizer for books, and then I also have this cart here. And I put some books on top as well, like special editions. And I need a place to, 1, display my special editions, and 2, just make sure that everything is really well organized and looks good, because I feel like I have a little bit of stuff all over the place. Like in this cube there, I have some fantasy and then like YA stuff, and then I have also like romance over here, and on the cart we have YA and some fantasy. Like there's just a lot going on, so we're gonna try and fix it. One thing I definitely need to do is just take all of the books out of here, but I want to do it with a kind of like a purpose. So instead of just taking everything out and starting fresh, I want to have like a little bit of a plan for what I want to do with it. So one thing that definitely has to stay the same is the ACOTAR, like Sarah J Maas books, because this is the only place that the whole series will fit. So that's why it's up here. And then also I have Court of Silver Flames because I still haven't read that yet. I'm sitting on the floor now. The first step of this whole process is to take the books out. And like I said, I want to do it with some kind of purpose. I don't want to do it just kind of like haphazardly, but I need to take all the decorations off my bookshelf before I can actually take all the books out. In case anyone's wondering, I'm listening to an audiobook of An Ember in the Ashes. This book is going to be in a reading vlog, so if you want to check out like my in-depth thoughts on that, then you should go check that out. I will have it linked in the description because I don't know if it's going to come out before this or after this, but whenever it comes out, I'll put it in the description of this video so you can go watch that, check that out. Okay, so I just took everything out, even though I said I wasn't going to, but I just realized like it's way easier to start fresh. I left these up here because I think they're going to stay up here, and then I also left my Caraval special editions because I think they're also going to stay up there, and I dusted the shelves. I guess I don't do that enough because they were pretty dusty. Anyway, I think my next step is to sort by genre. I don't know. I have to see what I have and just kind of like go from there and see what I think should go on the shelf and like what should go on the cart, because I don't really look at the cart as much. Before I had like a bunch of YA stuff on the shelf, but I might put the YA stuff on the cart. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna definitely sort by genre and we will see kind of like what happens from there. So I've organized them as best as I can think to do, and here's what I think I'm going with, okay? So this pile is the books that kind of give me the vibe that I would read them in school, if that makes sense. They're kind of like historical, they're kind of like for example, I have Fahrenheit 451 and The Handmaid's Tale, which are both school books. They are in this list. Books I haven't read, actually. And this is like a historical mystery book. This is The Secret History by Donna Tartt. This would probably not be a school book, but it's a classic. I mean, everyone that wants to read dark academia, everyone that's into dark academia has or wants to read this book. So, same thing with The Book Thief. I don't actually know much about. This is like a historical fiction, I think. This is a historical fiction. So, it just gives me those vibes that you would read these books in school. So that is that pile. This here is sci-fi, because I have a hard time deciding between dystopian and sci-fi. I feel like the genres really kind of blend together. I mean, like The Hunger Games is dystopian, Divergent's dystopian, like that kind of vibe. But then also like sci-fi can be dystopian, like Aliens, the world's overrun by robots, like that is dystopian but also sci-fi. So this is sci-fi books here. And then this here is all of my, you can't even see them, but all of my dystopian books that I own. Oh my gosh, goodbye. Dystopian books are here. A lot of them are YA because I think dystopian and YA, like, they go hand in hand usually. Also some more sci-fi, dystopian type situation books. Those all blend together, so those are going to be one thing. I think I need to split them up between YA and not YA, so I will do that. I do believe that is YA, and that's probably about it in that pile. And I think the rest of this is YA. And then I also have put a lot of the authors that I have a lot of books of together. Like we have Lila Sage here. I only have these 2 books, but these go in the romance pile. I have 3 Ali Hazelwood books, but I love her, so they need to be like on a proper display. And then I have 5 Emily Henry books here, so that is important that we keep those together. I also have, I don't know if you can see this pile here, that whole pile of books from here down to the bottom are all Murray Lou books, so those obviously need to stay together, and they'll probably end up taking up 1 cube. And we have YA fantasy here, regular just like YA books, but that's actually just like Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Olivia Blake is here. I think I'm gonna put her in all these other books in with the Atlas 6, and regular romance, contemporary romance here. And then behind me is thrillers, mysteries. This is a dark academia mystery. And then all the way behind me, like very much behind me here, are my versions of Greek mythology and Greek mythology retellings. So we have Percy Jackson and then the Lore Olympus. We also have the Heroes of Olympus series, which is a part of Percy Jackson. And then I have one book, Piranesi, which is that Greek mythology. I'm not entirely sure, but it is over there with the Greek mythology because the cover gives me that vibe. And I think it is, but I don't know the story, so I'm not entirely sure. So I think what I'm gonna do is start with authors that I have a lot of their books. So I'm probably gonna put Emily Henry and Ali Hazelwood and Lila Sage in a, basically just authors that I really like and have a lot of their books. I'm gonna put them together. Olivia Blake before was with Rebecca Yarros because the hardcovers, like the actual hardcovers without their dust jackets, they matched each other. So I put those together. And then Marie Lu, I have a lot of books by her, which is all in like one thing. So I'm probably going to stick to that. Like I said, on the top of my book cart back here, I do have the Sarah J. Maas collection. I don't have all the other ACOTAR books because they're at home, because I've already read them and I have no intention of rereading them anytime soon. I've read them pretty recently. So I need to figure out what to do. And then I also have, and here's the thing, right? I've been splitting up Marissa Meyer's books, but I have a few of them here, so I feel like I should keep them together. You know what I mean? But saying that, I think all I have is Renegades, and then I have actually a lot of Marissa Meyer books. So I will put them all together, and I'll probably put them in a cube together because I just like have stuff that goes together. So the Marissa Meyer actually rivals the Marie Lou, but I think I have 2 less Marissa Meyer. But this is all my Marissa Meyer, and my Marie Lou is back there. So I'm going to try and put this stuff together and then go from there, because I think that it's better if I try not to separate authors, because I think that was my problem before, is like my authors were all over the place. I'm going to try and keep them together. So let's get started and see what I want to do with that. So the other problem here is that I have Stephanie Garber books, and I was thinking of putting them up there with the Caraval special editions, just like behind them, because I have Finale and I have to finish this before I can read Once Upon a Broken Heart. So I was thinking of just putting them back there like that, because now I know that they'll be not in the right, like, you won't be able to see them, but I think that's okay because they kind of go in order. So I'm just gonna put them, if they'll fit, back here behind. So obviously they're hidden, but I think that it's okay because, like I said, my goal is to keep authors together, and it was kind of bothering me that they were not with the special editions. So my goal here is to do the authors together shelves and then kind of like go from there, if that makes sense, like fill stuff in around it. I'm probably not going to change the way that the Marie Lou shelf looks, just because it works. It worked before and I had it like that before, so I'm probably just going to keep it. I probably shouldn't have taken them out of there anyway, but it's okay. Marissa Meyer's books fit kind of perfectly in there, but I'm also trying to like maximize space, so I don't know if I should put other books in there, because like part of me wants to, just because I am trying to like maximize space, and I feel like I didn't with that shelf, and all the other ones are like pretty much full. Same thing with this, like I would love to leave this like this with these 2 books here, but I just kind of feel like if I do that, it's like it doesn't look right, and I feel like I could put more in here, but then it's hard because it's like, what do I put in there? So I think I'm gonna put books that are romance books that are more on my radar right now. So I think that's gonna be these 3 here. So I'm gonna try and put those in there, and then I will figure out what to do with. Okay, so we have finished, and I had to cut the camera and like work a little bit off camera to try and figure out what I wanted to do with the shelves, because I just like, there was a lot of trial and error going on with this, and I think I found a layout that works for me and I think looks somewhat good. Obviously I need to put all the decorations back on my bookshelf, but I want to show you all the books that are in them before I put the decorations back on them. So let's just get into that. So at the top here, you can see my special editions. Let me move this out of the way. You can see my special editions, 11 Other Words and 7 Year Slip. I say special edition 7 Year Slip loosely because I did make it myself. And then I also have the Christmas editions of the Caraval trilogy. The other books that I have of hers are behind Caraval. And then on this far side here, we have the Legend trilogy by Marie Lou, also the extra book, the extended epilogue, if you will. I know it's part of the series, but that's just what I've decided to call it. And then we have Warcross and Wildcard, which I really want to reread, so that's why I have them with me. And then the last 2 books in the Young Elites trilogy, and then Stars and Smoke and Icon and Inferno, her newest books, which, if you guys don't know, I love Marie Lu, and she's actually coming out with an adult book, which I'm really excited about. Anyway, and then on this side here, we have Fourth Wing, the Empyrean series, the first 3 books, and then we have the Atlas 6 trilogy and the other 2. We have like 2 more books by Libby Blake, and then the other one is like down on the bottom because it didn't fit up there. And it does drive me a little bit crazy, but I think it's okay. And then moving on to the bottom 2 layers, we have over here in this shelf, we have Marissa Meyer, and that's literally all the books by her. And then in here, we have all my Emily Henrys, my Allie Hazelwoods, Lila Sage, and then I wanted to try and use up as much space as possible because I do have a lot of books and just kind of like a limited space. So I didn't want to waste any space, if that makes sense. So I did put some other romances that are on my radar in there. And then on this side, we have Isabella Bonya's What the River Knows duology. Obsessed with that. And I got the Barnes exclusive for both of these. So hopefully when the paperback comes out, I will get that, and it'll be like the regular edition, so I'll have both. Really excited. I also have randomly Stalking Jack the Ripper here, just because I didn't know where else to put it. And then we have Jennifer Lynn Barnes and Neil Shusterman. That's all like YA stuff also. And then down at the bottom here, we have my sci-fi / dystopian. I'm not really sure. I think those are all sci-fi actually, so there's that. And then we have some more romances here. The sci-fi is kind of like trickling in here. I don't know if you can see that. And then also a little sad romance up there. And then over here we have Lore Olympus and my Heroes of Olympus series, because I thought the covers or the spines of those were prettier than the Percy Jackson series, so I just put those there. And I really wanted to display Lore Olympus because I love the way that looks. I love that series, so that's why I put that in there. Moving on to the book cart. On the top here, we have Sarah J. Maas, Throne of Glass series, and then the last book so far in the ACOTAR series. And then down here we have YA books pretty much across the board, and this was just all my YAs that didn't or weren't already on the bookshelf. So it's pretty much all fantasy, but there's a little dystopian sprinkled in there. And then down at the bottom there we have my mysteries, thrillers, and then we just have my Percy Jackson series and Piranesi. Then you might be wondering, where are all the books that I said look like you would read them in class? And they're down here. I don't even know if you can see that. Hold on. They are right down here at the bottom in the back of my book cart. Okay, so now that all the decorations are back on my bookshelf and everything has its home that I think it will probably have for quite some time now, I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. I'm really happy. I just love reorganizing, and I feel like it feels better. Like when I get a significant amount of books, I want to reorganize always because I feel the need to like make sure everything has its place, and that's what I did, and I'm super excited about it. So with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me reorganize my bookshelves. If there are any books that you saw on my bookshelf or my book cart that you want to see me read, you want to see me review and talk about, or it's like your most favorite book and you highly recommend it, just comment and let me know so that maybe it'll move up on my physical TBR. And of course, book recommendations. I mean, I probably don't need to be buying new books, but book recommendations are always great. I love them. So also comment those, and don't forget to subscribe so that you can see when I read all of these books and all the reviews of these books. And yeah, with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!